was in great distress. I had to make an urgent journey. A dangerously sick patient was waiting for me. In a village 10 miles away, and icy winds filled the wide space between him and me. Packed into 4, the instrument purse in hand, I was standing ready to depart in the middle of the courtyard. But the horse was missing. I had no horse. Due to the overstrain in this icy winter, my own horse had perished last night. My maid was now running around the village, trying to borrow a horse, but it was hopeless. I know it. And with more and more frost taking over me and constantly becoming less able to move, I was standing there, pointless. Of course, who lends now a horse for such a journey? I paced across the yard once more. I could not find a way out of this. Scattered, tormented, I kicked at the fragile door of the pigsty, which had been out of use for years. A gloomy stable lantern swayed inside from a rope.
Was ist das?
Warmth and smell of horses emerged. A man cowering in this low-roofed shack displayed his frank and open face. "Am I to harness up?" he asked, creeping out on all fours. I did not know what to say and bent myself, just to see if there could possibly be some other surprise in the stable.
Also, hilf ihm. Was soll?
I scream in a fury, but reflect myself at once that he's a stranger,
Steigt ein.
that I don't know where he comes from, and that he helps me out on his own free will where all the others fail.
Steigt ein.
Ich werde aber kutschieren, du kennst nicht den Weg.
Ich fahre gar nicht mit. Ich bleib bei Rosa.
Halt! Du kommst mit.
my patient's yard. The horses are waiting quietly. The storm calmed to an end. Moonlight all around. The patient's parents come hurrying out of the house. From their confused ejaculations, I am almost lifted from the cart. In the sick room, the air is barely breathable. The neglected stove is smoking. I wanted to push a window open, but first I had to look at my patient. Neither cold nor warm, the young man clasps me round the neck.
Eilen Sie! Auf! Jeder Versuch nach Ihnen. Lass mich sterben.
Yes, I thought blasphemously. In cases like this, the goats are helpful. Send the missing horse at another for the sake of speed, even go so far as to provide the groom.
Nein.
Trinken Sie.
Sie helfen doch meinem Sohn, nicht wahr?
Mein Pferd ist verendet. Und da ist niemand im Dorfe, der mir seines Leid.
Bitte.
Aus dem Schweinestall muss ich
Ja,
meines hervor.
Sie tun Ihre Pflicht.
Bis dahin, wo es fast zu viel wird.
The parents were leaning forward in silence, waiting for my verdict. The young man keeps reaching out towards me from the bed to remind me of his request. While one of the horses whinnied loudly to the ceiling, I laid my head to the young man's breast, which shivered under my wet beard. I find confirmed what I know already. The young man is in good health, with slightly inadequate circulation, saturated with coffee by his anxious mother, but in good health and best kick it straight out of bed. I'm no utopian, and so I let him lie. I am employed as the district doctor and do always my duty to the uttermost. Almost overdo it, in fact. I must just look after Rosa. Then the young man can have his way, and I too want to die. Better go back at once, I reflect, as if the horses were summoning me to the return journey. Yet I permit the patient sister who thinks that I am dazed by the heat to take my forecoat from me. The old man claps me on the shoulder, a familiarity justified by the offer of his treasure. And I nod to the family. They know nothing about it, and if they did, they would not believe it. Writing out prescriptions is easy, but communicating with people beyond that is hard. With the help of my night bell, the whole district makes my life a torment. But that I should have to sacrifice Rhoda this time as well. The lovely girl who had lived in my house for years, almost without my noticing her. This sacrifice is too great, and I have somehow to justify it in my head, in order not to let fly at this family, which, with the best will in the world, cannot restore Rosa to me. I shake my head. In the narrow confines of the old man's mind, I would feel queasy. As I close my back and beckon for my four, and the family stands there together, the mother apparently disappointed. I am somehow ready to admit conditionally that the young man might be ill after all. He smiles at me as if I were bringing him the richest soup. The horses. The noise. Yes, the young man is ill. Looked from a distance, that is, but seen it from close, there is an added complication. Who can help a low whistle of surprise? Rose red in many variations of shade, dark in the grooves, lighter at the edges, open as a surface mine to the daylight. Poor lad, you past helping. I have found your greed wound. This flower in your sight is destroying you. The family is happy to see me doing something. The father tells several guests who tiptoe in, arms outstretched for balance, through the moonlight of the open door. Will you save me? The young man whispers with a sob, quite blinded by the life in his wound. The people in my district, always asking the impossible of their doctor. Use me for sacred ends, and I'll submit even to that.
Alles gut.
Armer Junge.
Wirst du mich retten?
Alles muss versteckt sein.
And they come. The family and the village elders. And they undress me. A school choir, with a teacher at his head, stands outside there and sings the simplest tunes.
Weißt du, mein Vertrauen zu dir ist sehr gering. Du bist ja auch nur irgendwo abgeschüttelt. Kommst nicht auf eigenen Füßen. Statt zu helfen, engst du mir mein Sterbebett ein.
Richtig. Aus dem Schweinestall muss ich mein Gespann ziehen. Wären es nicht zufällig Pferde, müsste ich mit Säuen fahren.
Mit dieser Entschuldigung muss ich mich begnügen. Immer muss ich mich begnügen. Mit einer schönen Wunde kam ich auf die Welt. Schöne Wunde. Das war alles.
Junger Freund, dein Fehler ist, du hast keinen Überblick. Ich, als einer, der schon in allen Krankenstuben weit und breit gewesen bin, sage dir, deine Wunde ist so übel nicht. Im spitzen Winkel mit 2 Schlägen der Hacke geschaffen. Viele bieten ihre Seite an und hören nicht die Hacke im Faust. Geschweige denn, dass sie ihnen näher kommt.
Ist es wirklich so oder täuschst du mich?
Es ist wirklich so. Nimm das Ehrenwort eines Amtsarztes mit hinüber.